Since college hoops phenom Caitlin Clark announced she's going pro, it's been all but a foregone conclusion she'll be playing for the Indiana Fever next season. The Fever with the #1 overall pick. And in a basketball-crazed state, Hoosiers love to see it. Inside Indiana business reporter Mary Rachel Redmond joins us now with more.
Well, Gary, the excitement is almost palpable. Caitlin Clark coming to the Indiana Fever is seemingly a match made in basketball heaven, both on and off the court. Whether it's the latest State Farm commercial with Reggie Miller.
Okay, I'll shoot.
For a new car, or even that old Pacer.
Someone call for an old Pacer?
Or more recently, hitting your news feed right here at home. It's impossible to avoid the phenomenon that is Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark becomes the all-time leading scorer in major college basketball history.
Undeniably the most exciting college basketball player in today's game. And she's coming to Indianapolis.
Big things coming potentially for the Indiana Fever.
And the Indiana Fever have the overall #1 pick in the WNBA draft next month.
She's the biggest star in college basketball right now, superseding any of the men. But that doesn't cover it. She's the biggest star in college sports. None of the football players who are drawing audiences as a group collectively that are significantly larger than what women's basketball has gained to this point. There's not one of them, not either of the last 2 Heisman Trophy winners or anybody else that you can come up with that reaches her level of individual stardom. And so that just shows you that this is something different.
Since announcing her decision to go pro, Fever ticket sales have doubled. So just how transformational could Caitlin Clark be to the Indiana Fever?
The most fan-friendly, inviting, dynamic figure that's ever played women's college basketball. There have been some phenomenal personalities in women's college basketball, but there's never been anybody that electrified the public in the way that she does. She will start as a drawing card for the WNBA, unlike anything they've had in the entirety of their history. The Fever's attendance last year was under 5,000 a game. She could, by entering the franchise, come close to tripling that. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it's triple that. That's what happened throughout college basketball when Caitlin Clark came to town. They sold out, or they set records, one of the two. If they didn't sell out their arena in the 23-24 season, they drew more fans than they ever had for a women's game. Those were the only 2 options. At every place she went, that's what happened. And so I would expect that will become fairly commonplace when she goes throughout the league at the other 11 markets, that you'll see a lot of curiosity about seeing her. I think you'll see more fans coming regularly to the Fever games.
And Accorsi says he believes Clark will have a big-time impact on the state of Indiana on and off the court for years to come.
I think she's going to be beloved. I don't have any doubt about that. She's coming into a talented young team with Aaliyah Boston, last year's #1 overall pick and a former National Player of the Year in college herself, a champion at South Carolina. So she's joining the team at the right time. And I think that if you get Caitlin Clark here, you'll start to sell tickets. And if she and Aaliyah and the others start to win, I think that's when you're really going to see this take off.
And the WNBA draft just around the corner on April 15th, when the Indiana Fever take the overall #1 pick and make Caitlin Clark officially a Hoosier. Gary?
Great report, Mary Rachel. Going to be fun to watch that story. Thanks.